We are seeing a golden day in the precious metals. Gold up, silver up, palladium really going strong, platinum up as well. What is going on? What are the levels? What can we expect from the gold market? And an important signal that we need to remember when we trade and swing trade gold and the precious metals. Let's talk about it. This is Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days and weeks. Last week, everybody was crying that the gold rally is over. I'm getting the comments, I'm getting the messages, gold is going to 2,300, gold is going to 2,000, gold is going to go into a bear market for 2 years. And now today I get the messages, I missed the entry point, what should I buy, what should I do? Oh my God, the gold rally is starting without me. Let's sort all this out with the charts. So, this is the gold chart. It looks great. As you can see, we didn't fully touch the double support zone, which consists of the horizontal blue zone and the lower end of this up sloping channel that has been in place since the spring. Pretty much since we broke out to new all-time highs in March. This is the important up channel. So this happens, okay? This happens a lot, and this is actually a good sign. Why is this a good sign? Well, it shows us that we have a bullish segment. People are not even trying to test the lower end anymore. This happened here, this happened here. By the way, this one really fucked me because I didn't get in with additional positions on this one. I was waiting for the test of the uptrend. Didn't happen. So that's positive overall. Basically, the institutions are not even trying. With something as big as a gold market, it's difficult, but it's doable for the big ones. The institutions are not even trying to push the gold price below these support zones, trying to get a short-term panic selling from the retail investors or stops being triggered. So that's good. That's a good signal overall. However, we might still test this support zone. Now, what really happened is that the 100-day moving average, the purple line you see here, held, but it's been tricky. You couldn't know this until today, right? It went below it on Thursday. It was a weak Friday, so could have been another test today, or it could have really, the gold price could have gone down to the double support zone. Didn't happen. That's an important signal for us to understand. If we look down at the RSI, we're pretty close of getting a buy signal by the purple line crossing the yellow line. Now this has been very effective. You don't get in on the top or the bottom, but you get in close enough. As you can see here, if you would have bought after the purple line cut the yellow line to make it easy for you guys, you would have gotten in really nice on the correction. Up move here, would have avoided this down move. So this is an additional, pretty accurate indicator what's going on. We're not there yet. And I'm hoping for a short pullback. Ideally, we get a retest with a higher low. That would be perfect, but we know the charts, not everything is perfect. But what does this tell us? This tells us the bull market in gold is still intact. And the lesson that we need to learn from these past days is we get a weakness in gold, we get the first signal that there might be a bottom in, we need to add to gold. Let's look at silver. Same thing. 100-day. Look how it fought with it. It went below it significantly. So it was fine if you didn't buy here because we weren't at the support zone. Don't be angry at you not buying here, right? So now we have the pop today. That's because of gold and the other factor that we're talking about in a second. And so far, it's nothing more than a correction in the uptrend. We have seen this before a couple of times. But it's something that we need to pay attention to because it's happening around the 100-day moving average. It's happening in the lower end of the resistance zone, the blue zone, and the support line of the uptrend. Now, the miners are really ripping today. Gap up on the global silver miners. That's to be expected because they're completely oversold. They look great. What do I really like about this? And I really wanted to add to my silver juniors as well. I didn't do that. I did add to the gold juniors, as you know. I told you that here on this channel. Look at this. We had a perfect retest of the break of the downtrend. This is textbook, including the 100 holding up. So this looks really, really promising. Any weakness that we get in the silver miners now is a buying opportunity to get in. Just on the charts, it looks excellent. GDX doesn't look as good. You can see it's below the 100. It did test a breakout again. I do like it, but I do not like the GDX as much as I like the silvers or the GDXJ, which are the junior miners. Now, we need a lot of patience with it, and we need to see if, as you can see, it almost filled this gap. It didn't fill it 100%, right? There was a possibility I would go down to this support zone, form a double bottom here. Didn't happen. So far, nothing more than a correction of the downtrend. But if the gold price goes, the miners go. And I'm playing the miners for the long game, so for me, the weakness is the buying opportunity. But here's the reason why everything is going up. Look at this turnaround formation in the dollar. I told you this last week. I told you, watch out, the dollar massively overbought. You see it down here in the RSI. We are hitting the critical resistance zone that the dollar was never able to break in the past 2 years. We hit basically the midpoint, this mid horizontal zone right here, which is the most powerful one. Rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. And now we are seeing massive turnaround signals on the daily in the dollar. And that is why gold is ripping. Okay? So, what happened? I told you before in the past videos, Trump is good for gold. Not directly, but indirectly because he likes a weak dollar. His vice president, J.D. Vance, said, we want a weak dollar. However, the victory of the Republicans was so decisive, and now they're holding the Oval Office and Congress. That means the market was thinking, oh, to a surprise, they might actually get shit done in Washington. I probably shouldn't have said shit. Get flagged for that on YouTube. Worth it. Might actually get something done in Washington. Politics that is economically friendly for the economics, for the US economy, and for the stock market. And that's why the dollar went up. Because obviously Europe is a shit show. Oh, there it is again, right? China's having problems. That's why the dollar went up. And now this is baked into the cake. The dollar was overbought, and now people are realizing, wait a minute, we're dealing with Trump here. Trump wants a weak dollar. What's profiting from a weak dollar? The gold price. Among the many other things, watch the video. I really recommend that you watch the videos. I'm leaving the links here for the 2 Trump gold videos so you get an understanding of what I'm talking about. If this weakness continues, then gold will continue to go up. Remember, gold, trend following and momentum-based trading at this point. That means we see strength in gold, all of a sudden people start buying gold again and it starts going up. So that is it for today. Have a great start to the new week. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.